Good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on when you are watching this. My name is Robert Gibson. This is FYI for your information with Passionate Words Editing Services. We're here with Curthon Munroe. His pen name is CJ Munroe, so I like CJ, and I'm gonna call him that. And we're talking about his book, A 12-Year Journey, The Contrary Wind That Blew Me Here. CJ, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're good? All right. So tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Well, I'm a very hardworking,
Mhm.
committed guy, and because of this, my relationship with Christ is first priority. I don't want to say too much here, but yeah,
No, okay. Well, this is an interview.
I'm very,
This is an interview, so you can talk. This is
yeah,
all about you. It's all about you and all about your books.
okay.
So, you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say, to talk about it. But I will say that I've started to read the sample that is on Amazon. The book is on Amazon at the moment as a Kindle paperback or a Kindle version, and
Good.
it deals with the circumstances that got him in. In his situation at the moment, he is in a wheelchair and has some sort of. According to the book, there's a mysterious illness that no one knows
Yeah.
anything about. They don't know what happened, how it started, and it's been going on now, according to the title, about 12 years now. So this is to shed some light on his book, on his life, and just get him some more information. So I would say, CJ, like, don't be afraid to talk. This is your forum. We're talking about your book, so you don't have to hold it. You don't have to hold it down. You don't have to be shy. Um, what I you were based on the synopsis of the book, you had a relatively good upbringing, and were heading towards a medical degree, and you were doing
Yeah.
pretty well in school, and you had a medical degree. You were going towards this medical degree, and then something happened. according to the
Yeah.
according to the book. It was as though you had something, you ate something that someone gave to you, you thought was a friendly gesture, and sometime after that you just got into
But
some. Talk to me.
when this all started, I
Hmm.
was taking a nap in my dorm
Hmm.
on 5 p.m. in the afternoon, only to wake up to something pulling me down
Hmm.
and blowing all over my face. And the title, The Contrary Wind. Yeah.
Hmm. Yes, I was reading that part. It was as though something was holding you down, and you were desperately trying not to blow
Yeah.
in, not to inhale whatever this is that was blowing in your face. We uh, we know from what you said at the beginning that you're a firm believer in Christ, and based on
Yeah.
the bit of the book that I've read. Well, before I even get there, I have the synopsis of the blurb. The blurb is in front of me. Carthon Munroe is a very hardworking, focused, goal-oriented guy with a heart filled with the love of Christ. He values his relationship with God. With the devastating events he has experienced in his life, he knows that his relationship with Christ is always to be first. This book will inspire, motivate, and educate its readers and help those going through tough times. All right. So basically, according to your belief and according to what I've read so far, it seemed like it was a demonic attack. Whatever it is that attacked you was not
Yeah.
was a spiritual it was a spiritual attack, right? And
Yeah.
so of course you've gone through multiple you've gone through medical diagnoses. You've probably gone through spiritual diagnoses,
Yeah.
trying to get this thing off of you. And for whatever reason, it has how has the journey been? It's been 12 years according to the title.
Well,
What's the journey been like?
that is one of the pieces of the book to like help others who maybe having like going through like hard times when hard times just one thing, because at first when I realized this is something spiritual, I didn't do anything contrary. You know, I stuck to my relationship with Christ and I focused on growing my relationship with Christ. I didn't like, go and do something to get better. No. It's like I don't want to mess up, and I have come a long way, unbelievably. I'm supposed to be now, but I'm alive. 12 years after, and I'm supposed to be skin and bone now, but unbelievably, I am strong with no weight, with no muscle weight, and I can talk like before I can even talk.
Wow.
Now I can like a conversation with anyone and understand them. Yeah. Before I can even like make a song to talk as well. But yeah, I can even talk like on occasion when I was in the hospital, my shoulder dislocated, and I couldn't even tell the doctor or nurses that my shoulder dislocated. I just had to cry and be rapping whole night until the following morning. The doctor saw me on the bed and noticed my shoulder is looking weird. And that's when they noticed the bone came out of the socket. So yes, I've come a long way. Now I am seeing that this Christian thing is very real. And that is my basis of the book. It's like I want to help others because that was the main reason for me going into medicine to be able to help others. But weirdly enough, I'm able to help others still as I'm going through this.
Right.
And reading the book, you will get a more comprehensive knowledge. But all I'm saying, you realize, like, I have a slight wrestling tremor, and I will bring this to your attention. Like, what do things do when they are in a strong wind and they anchor to something?
Yes. They move around. They blow. They're agitated in a way. Yes. Exactly.
They shake.
They shake. Yeah.
That's like the greatest revelation Christ revealed to me. What is my problem? Remember, I said the thing held me down in the room and was blowing all over my face. That was the key. The demonic wind is causing all muscles in my body to shake. And it's not that my head is shaking, it's the muscles in my neck moving and shaking, causing my head to shake.
Wow.
That is why I also sound like this, because the muscles in my throat is shaking under that demonic wind.
Wow. Okay.
I going to, yeah.
That is
like
powerful.
makes sense.
Well, that is definitely a powerful story. Like I myself have been on the receiving end. I've done my share of prayer and deliverance. I'm no longer in the church, but I used to be a person that not only received prayer for deliverance, but also prayed for people and seen them released from demonic oppression. So I believe me, we can share stories. um with that in mind, it reminds me your testimony, your story reminds me of the fortitude of Job, where the devil asked for permission to afflict him, and God said, "Go ahead. I have perfect. I believe in my man. I believe in Job. I know him. He's my servant, as the word says, and he's not going to falter." And everything went wrong with Job. We remember his family died, his wife left him, his all his riches and all, and then his friends came and asked him, and he would say things like, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Who am I to argue with the Lord? He can do what he wants. This kind of faith, I can see is similar to what is going on with you, because I believe a lesser person or somebody else would have crumbled by now. As you said, you're supposed to be dead. You're supposed to be dead, and you're still here.
And that's the thing, is like another way I'm supposed to be dead, because picture this, like immediately the whole world just crumble. I mean, that alone will mash up someone mentally. And it was like multiple things happened to me all at once. My relationship went crumble, my attaining my medical degree at the time it stopped. I mean, then all of this happened to deal with. It was just like so many things to take on for one person.
Yeah.
That could really mess up anyone mentally.
It would.
God, cognitive, everything. Yeah.
That is
Even
powerful.
at times, even at times, I'm like in awe when I go back and reminisce as to all that happened. I'm in awe of like, I actually withstood all that, and it's what I'm careful to do is not take the credit for any of that. All success, even my mental being, everything I'm saying is because of God. It's nothing to do with me. I will not take the credit for any of that. Yeah.
Okay, well, what happened? So my question is, okay, you're stronger now. How was it when it first started? What happened when it happened? How was it for you when it first started? As you said, you've been doing this now for 12 years. How has it changed over the time and gotten to this point?
Well, to answer your question, I don't know if this will answer it, but like recently, but like since the last year, I've realized that I'm making like great strides. Like no, I can't stand up, even balance on one foot.
Oh, nice.
No, I can't. Yeah, whenever I hungry, I can go in the kitchen and make something myself eat. It's like, yeah, I'm greatly improving now. Even like with with me being able to write the book and get my book published, because I was writing and just throwing stuff like that. And just so by some great miracle of God, the publisher Chilean PBM, that's her name, she came into my life, and that's how I was able to publish a book telling of my story. It's like for this past year, I'm seeing like God's hands moving miraculously in my life. Yeah, I'm doing things I could have only dreamed
of doing.
about doing.
I got you. That's exactly you're going directly into where I wanted to go, because I wanted to start to talk about how you got how you started to write the book. When did you decide how did you decide that you wanted to write a book? Did it come as again, we dealing with Bible, the Bible is said to be divinely inspired. So was it like you felt as though you were going to write a book eventually and wanted, or and how did it come about that you wanted to write a book?
Unbelievably, this thing happening to me, it made the book more possible, because as a child growing up, I always wanted to write the book. Yes, as you seen, I got accepted into medical school, so I was always a like high achieving student, and my English teacher actually recommended that I write the book. So that was a passion of mine to write the book. But growing up, I didn't know about what to write the book about, the topic. And when this all started, immediately I remember thinking, the book I always wanted to write will die with me being like this. But over time, it's like this gave me a story. This gave me the topic of the book. And me being like this, I met people who can make the book a reality. So I always had my experience and wrote, always recorded it. So when the chance to write the book come, I just had to go back and collect all my writings and what I journaled, and so I compiled it into this book. Yeah.
I Passionate Words as a business, we specialize in books like this, letting people tell their stories. This is industry speak. This is a memoir. The genre of the work is a memoir, and I will definitely get into. I'll be asking you. You mentioned the journaling, because I wanted you to give some later on advice to people who want to write their own story. But I love the fact that this book has some reviews already. It has a couple of reviews, but all of them are 5-star reviews. All of them are 5-star reviews. This book was so beautifully written. This book was so beautifully written, honest, engaging, and motivating. I would recommend this book as a must read. I pray that God continues to work in and through the author as he continues his walk in faith and healing, while bringing others unto Christ. Another one says, I went into reading with a level of understanding of what the book may have been about. However, the details have me in shock and awe. God proved his wisdom, love, understanding, and mercy in so many forms that it shined a light on how much it can be taken for granted and underestimated. Constant prayers be with you for your 100% recovery day by day, my brother. And remember, this is just the start. I was looking at the book when before we started, and I love the style of it. It's very easy to read. One of the other reviews said it was a quick read. Um, it dropped me straight into the story at the beginning. This is only the sample, so I haven't gone much further than first couple of pages into the book. So I have to get my own copy. But what I like about it is, like I said, it starts off in excitement. It starts off with you learning that you're getting into medical school, and the pacing is good. The words are easy to understand, and the and it builds. It's, to me, from what I can see, it's written very well. I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of it. Yeah. So was it how long did it take you to write the book?
Well, as I said, well, all the while I was just keeping a journal of everything I went through and how I was feeling at certain instances. So writing the book was very quick.
Very easy. All you had to do was go back to your journal.
And some things is just like go back into like the emotion, like how I was feeling at that time. So in the book was very quick, and that is why, like, I wanted the book not to be, because I want people to quickly, and well, as you see, my story is not complete. I haven't gotten 100% physical tuition yet. So I had to do with the second book. This is just part of the
story. Part of the story.
That's why it's so short. Yeah.
That's not a problem. So in this day and age, short books, have their place, because lots of people with social media and this, they do have a very, very short attention span. So being able to give them something quick, and something quick is a good thing, because then hopefully they will be caught, read through the entire thing before their attention goes and flips to something else. So that's a good strategy. So I mean, so I like the fact that you said that your story is not done, and you wrote, but you wrote the book anyway, because there are lots of people who want to write their story but feel they don't know how to start. They don't know what to write about. They don't know how to start, and they feel they feel like they have something to say, but they don't know where to go. You've written this story, and it is impactful on you and the people who you have who will get to read it. Do you think that there, and I preface this by saying that back in the day, years ago, people only wanted to read memoirs from famous people, like the Bill Clintons of the world, the Nelson Mandelas of the world. He or she's a famous celebrity. I want to know how they grew up. But you're you're coming in. You're a part of the I would say a new wave of regular people with supernatural and stupendous stories, regular people who want to share their story. And do you think it is the right time for people, the ordinary person, to share their story, because somebody might be impacted by their story, even although they're not famous?
Yeah. Well, what is the, it has to do with is passion. Make sure you have a passion. Like my passion was always to like help people. To the way I write the book, I will write it in a way to just that. And also, like I said, it's 12 years. So there were years where like I wasn't seeing the book come into reality, but still I kept writing and keeping it journal. So the people out there have a passion and keep, even if you may not see what you want happening, it will happen in the right time. Just keep writing, drawing that information and keep praying, for God to just make things at the right time.
The right time. Yes, I like, so the take away from the interview, take away from this, you want to write a book. The best thing for you to do is to, one, just start. Just start writing. And second, journal. Make sure that you are telling your story, and just the best thing to do is just have a journal and just write down what's happening, how you feel, all the details. The most, when I as a reader want to read, I am not just reading for information. I am reading to find out more about you, or how you got through, so how what happened, how you felt, how it impacted you, how you changed, right? So journaling is really important. You can definitely journal your story. Once you have it written, I always tell my people when they come and they ask questions about how do I write my story, I tell them a story has three things: a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning, a middle, and an end. And even this story, although it has not ended because it's not yet fully healed, this story has come to a point where he can say, this is where I am, and the challenges have brought me to this point, and yet I still continue. So for you who are out there who are interested in writing a journal, writing a book, writing your story, recognize that your story is important, and as much as no one knows about you, the fact is, your story, when it's in the right hands, somebody will be inspired by your story. Lots of people have, they've gone through lots of things going on. They've gone through abuse, or in this case, something medical / spiritual. Lots of people have a lot of things going on. Lots of people, like, I find they're more resilient than they think they are. And your story can benefit someone going through the trenches. I believe someone reading his story would be like in awe, and you know, I can see, like, wanting to know more, giving themselves let's say, you know what, if he could do this, my stuff, what is going on with me isn't as traumatic, so I can get through it as well. So many things can be going on with this. Go ahead, talk.
That people have to get over is your fear, because it's like, up to me, I didn't want to put my story out there like that in the book. Even like, no, I am not too thrilled about, putting myself out there in an interview, because I be sounding like this or shaking, whatever. But you have to get over your fear, because when I think of me doing all this, putting myself out there like that, it will help people. It will reach somebody, and also I don't want the song too cliche, too straight, but you know, that's what God told me. Like, don't hide His work. So just like, put my feelings on the back burner and do whatever God tells me to do. So people need to get over the fear of anything. In my case, putting myself out there like that.
Yes, that is actually very true. That's one of these things that many people write the books, but they don't even consider the idea that the book is done. Now I have to let people know the book exists. I have to show my face. I have to do interviews. And people get this wave of fear. Even I deal with it all the time, especially brand new authors. They're like, oh no, I can't show my face. In some instances, I can understand why, because of the type of book that they're writing or whatever, they want to protect their identity. But the majority of people, I'm like, people want to know, especially in this day and age of the internet and connecting via social media, people love to know who they are connecting with. People say that they don't you I have been told that you don't buy a product, or you don't connect with a product, you connect with a person. You don't just buy a product, you connect with a brand, you connect with the person behind the brand. So this is what this is doing. Although I applaud you for standing against your fear, because again, this now, when this goes once it goes on the internet, this is there forever. People are going to, and the book will always have a turnover, because somebody will see this here and say, hey, I'm going through something. Let me look at this. Let me see what this book is about. So marketing is very important. Yeah. So I'm really thankful that we pushed through the slight technical difficulties to have this interview. I feel inspired myself, having spoken to you. Um you said, as you said, this book isn't finished yet. Well, the story isn't finished yet. Are you still, and you hinted on another book, so you're still journaling with the intention of continuing this story, right?
Yeah. Well,
Is anything else you want to write?
Even.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Even like this now, since the English or other like methods, I have like things I didn't think possible. I'm able to do for myself. I don't want to talk much about exactly what they are, but you already know in the next book.
In the next book, right?
Things that blow your mind. Even me, when they happen, I'm like, wow, I can actually do those things on my own.
Well, that's very good.
Point now, the point now is like I can do everything for myself. So
very
things
good.
like I needed assistance to do, I can now do them on my own.
That's good. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, we will wrap up here, but what I want you to do is just tell people how they can get hold of you. If they can contact you on Instagram or anything like that. I will put those the connections to his book and stuff like that in the comment, in the captions when the book go when you watch this, you can look down here and you will be able to see go to his links, go to his Instagram or what have you. Just tell people how they can find you. Just give a word of encouragement to whoever is listening, and then we'll wrap up.
Well, anyone can find me on Instagram. Just type in my name, Curthon Munroe. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Also on Facebook, I have like recently I created like a writer page. They like I inspire people. I post inspirational, motivating stuff. The page is CJ Munroe.
CJ
My
Munroe.
pen name.
Yeah, CJ Munroe. All right, so definitely look for CJ Munroe on Facebook or Curthon Munroe on Instagram for sure. That's how you can find him. Go ahead. I just repeated to make sure it was clear for the audience. You go right ahead. Give people your encouragement and let them know they can do this.
Well, what I say is whatever you may be going through, because times are inevitable for every one of us. Whenever you go through them, don't give up. Everything will be okay.
All right. All right. And with that, there's no more to be said. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. So if you're listening to this, head over to Amazon and look for his book, A 12-Year Journey: The Contrary Wind That Blew Me Here. I like that title, especially with the what happened to you and the contrary wind, and as you say, this how it's affecting your body. I love that title, man. I really love that title. So definitely we'll be putting this up. By the time you get this, it will be on YouTube. And so, like I said, follow us for more. Subscribe to our channel. Go and connect to our authors. Definitely. So thank you, CJ. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Before I go, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity for this interview.
No problem at all, sir. No problem at all. I love my job, and my job is to help people to get their books out there, and this is just an extension of that, helping people to get their stories out there so others can see. Like I said, FYI is linking authors and readers together in community, one book at a time. So we've just added another book to our list for people to. So my goal is that somebody new will come and look for you, find your book, and then follow you. You've gotten a new fan. You've gotten not just a new sale, but you've gotten a new fan. You've gotten somebody who's invested in your story and wants to follow you and buy more things and get to know you more and become a fan. So that's the goal. So no problem at all. I was very happy to have the interview and I'm looking forward to more. All right. So as I said, we are definitely here. If you are an author and you want to connect with us, definitely hit us up on Passionate Words Editing Services at gmail.com. Passionate Words Editing Services at gmail.com, or a simpler one, info at passionatewordsedIting.com. Info at passionatewordsedIting.com, and let me know that you want to be on the show. Tell me about your book, or you maybe even a reader that wants to talk about your favorite books. Just if you want to be on the show, hit us up, right? You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Facebook, Passionate Words Editing Services on Facebook, passionate.words.editing 246 on Instagram. But we are here to help people from concept to completion and beyond. We do everything from editing to cover design, the ISBN acquisition, getting the book covers, and literally doing everything to get the book up on Amazon. And then we help you as well with with our platform like this to let others know that your book is here. So Passionate Words is here, and we are going to see you next week.